that narrative of Title IX passed and the floodgates were opened, it keeps us from examining what still can be done.
There are 24,000 high schools in the United States and 3.4 million girls playing high school sports. But where were the ones that we were going to feature in our stories?
The class started with us looking into a bunch of different OCR complaints. The OCR is the Office of Civil Rights.
A classmate and I wrote a web scraper to pull down all of those Office for Civil Rights resolutions that were specifically focused on Title IX athletics issues at high schools.
Title IX suits go through OCR.
And they can conduct an investigation into the high school or wherever it's at.
One of the reasons I came to Merrill is because I knew we would get to do this kind of hands-on reporting.
The whole premise of our project was to assess the status of Title IX at age 50.
Before coming to Merrill, I had a lot of experience working as an education reporter, especially covering K-12 schools, and I did run into Title IX athletics issues. I didn't really have the editorial guidance to prioritize that issue.
We have an interesting advantage at Merrill College when it comes to important topics like Title IX. We can devote resources and attention that no other news organization that I'm aware of can throw at a project.
I feel like the better your resources, the more resources that you have, the better the reporting will be.
To have all these eyes looking at the same story and getting really detailed and nuanced in the ways that Title IX is, that was really special.
It was exciting to be able to dive deeply with a whole team of people doing this.
It was like a hard job. I developed a passion for it while I was in the classroom.
The class really was a newsroom.
These stories are going to be published. Our bylines are going to be on them. It has to be to the same standard as any other piece of journalistic work.
In that time frame, even though I was meeting with Professor Hyman on Monday and Wednesday, I was still investing time out of school, having interviews outside of that school time or that classroom time.
Once we started reporting on it and talking to people who really weren't treated the same in high school, even though they were playing the same sport, that's when I started to feel really, really passionate about it.
My mom started the girls soccer league in my hometown. I played soccer, my sisters played soccer. I had that background and passion. I had the education reporting, and we're focusing on high school sports, and I was getting to do data, which is why I came to Merrill. When I told my mom that this class was being offered, she was like, "Oh, you were so meant to be there."
I saw myself grow as a reporter, as a journalist, in the 3-4 month span of that semester.
I'm very proud of the fact that the Povich Center is a news organization. We are not only teaching students to become sports journalists, they are sports journalists.
Part of what I hope for the impact to be is not just for the specific cases or the issue at the Office for Civil Rights, but also for more reporting to be inspired by our work.
After being in the class, I decided that I want to go to law school and I want to get into sports law programs.
I just feel like the work that I did was some of the work that I'm most proud of, but to think about it impacting other journalists and the way they report is a little bit crazy.